We never ask you to go to war unless you absolutely have to.
This will go down in history as the moment that lit a match in this country. I'm just excited. I'm excited for what's to come for our country. You're going to see it in the recruitment numbers go up tenfold. You can bank on it.
As I'm sure you guys know by now, clearly the writing is on the wall. Now, like I've said before, and I will say it again, the writing is not just on the wall, it is also in the heavens. As we see the heavens declaring Mars, which is the planet of war, entering the constellation of Leo, which coincidentally, Israel's operation against Iran was called Operation Rising Lion. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Now, before people freak out in the comment section, this is not astrology, it is astronomy. Also, it doesn't matter what you or I believe in regards to the signs in the heavens, individuals, powers that be, believe there's power up there. But whether you want to agree or disagree about the significance of the signs in the heavens, that is neither here or there, because it is clear war rhetoric is here. As we just saw the other day by Mr. A Bad Dawn, or Mr. Golden Dawn, whatever you want to call him, the US had nothing to do with the attack on Iran tonight. If we are attacked in any way, shape, or form by Iran, the full strength and might of the US armed forces will come down on you at levels never seen before. And of course, the timing is just impeccable. What a coincidence that at the same exact time that Israel and Iran go to war, we see a huge push in military morale here in the States. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but with yesterday's military parade, it seemed less like a parade and more like a military recruitment expo. Once again, he is making the rhetoric very clear with his post last week. I am more confident than ever that in the days ahead, what's ahead, Mr. Golden Dawn? And every generation to come, the U.S. Army will heap glory upon glory. You will summon inexhaustible courage. You will protect every inch of U.S. soil, and you will defend America to the ends of the earth. Defend America from what exactly? Oh yeah, that's right. They have already laid the groundwork with the problem reaction solution, as we saw right here. Biden let 21 million unvetted illegal aliens flood into the country from some of the most dangerous and dysfunctional nations on earth. Many of them are bad people and terrorists right there. Like I've said before, and I will say it again, the problem reaction solution, the left right false paradigm, the false dichotomy, where one side does one thing, the other side comes in for a solution to then bring in the ultimate end goal, which will be militarization of the police force, some type of surveillance, a way of cracking down and bringing the hammer. Also, the writing is clearly on the wall for something to happen to then bring us into the war with Iran. As we saw earlier today, Mr. Golden Dawn tells ABC it's possible that the U.S. will get involved in Iran versus Israel conflict. No, you don't say. Clearly, the stage has been set for a while now, as we saw here from a 2024 article. The U.S. will very likely fight a three-front war against Russia, China, and Iran. This is coming from Alex Karp, who is the CEO of a company that I cannot say on here, which of course is the same company that sponsored the military recruitment expo, the military parade yesterday. What do you know? We have this coming out today, how the U.S. Army has sworn in senior tech executives from that company that I cannot name, Meta and OpenAI, as lieutenant colonels in a new reserve unit where they serve as advisors to steer the implementation of AI in military strategy. You don't say. Now, I also find it interesting that they are clearly pushing this narrative that if Iran does anything to the US, that we will respond. Which of course leads back to this narrative that has been set for a while now, how Iran apparently wants to take out Mr. Golden Dawn. As we saw earlier this year, how Mr. Golden Dawn says he's given advisors instructions for Iran to be obliterated if it assassinates him. Yeah, I'm sure nothing nefarious is going to take place at all here in the future. Once again, we saw articles like this in the past, how Iran ordered an operative to assassinate Mr. Golden Dawn before the election. While at the same time, we have a top Iranian official saying that they want to form an Islamic army with Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, and several other countries. While we also have Iran warning that Israel will not be habitable soon. I don't think they've read the Bible. Once again, as you guys know with me and these coincidences and the timings of everything just being so impeccable, I find it interesting how just last week we had Tulsi Gabbard issuing nuclear winter warning. Well, at the same time, we have that same top Iranian official saying that in these few days, all the Arab countries have called and said that they will support us, and that Pakistan said that if Israel uses a nuclear bomb, we will launch a nuclear strike on them. But hold up, don't forget that we live in the age of chaos, confusion, misdirection, misinformation, disinformation, because we have Pakistan's defense minister denies Iranian officials' claim that Pakistan said if Israel drops a nuclear bomb in Tehran, we will drop a nuclear bomb on them. At this point, who in the world actually knows what's true? Now, with that all being said, there's one thing that I do know for sure, at least in my own personal opinion and speculation, is that war is coming. Now, there's many possibilities on how this all plays out, so we are just going to need to wait and see, seeking the Lord for all wisdom and understanding, looking at the bigger picture, understanding the deeper agenda going on. Also understanding that it's not just physical war in the world that's here. We are in a spiritual war right now because we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities in the heavenly realm. So with that, we need to be fully armored up with the full armor of God, leaning upon him, allowing him to go forth as the mighty warrior. Again, walking with love, grace, mercy, the fruit of the Spirit, having grace pour out from us instead of strife and frustration and quick to judge. We need to battle in the Spirit as peacemakers through it all. Not being deceived, of course, being wise as a serpent, but gentle as a dove. As warriors, soldiers for God, we want to be prepared spiritually and mentally for what's coming. So that is why I'm trying to present this information to you guys. I'm just giving you my opinion, once again, my speculation. I'm really surprised, to be honest with you, that yesterday, Saturday, June 14th, more did not take place. But again, reflecting makes sense because it was too obvious. They like to do things where no one's expecting it. So that is why we always need to have our head on a swivel, understanding the deeper agenda, the narrative, the motives going on, so then that we can just operate as warriors for God, children for God, sharing the gospel, allowing this information to cause urgency, to share the gospel, to love others, and to draw closer to the Lord right now in an intimate relationship. He's with you right now. Use your imagination. So when you see in the scriptures that God's Spirit lives inside of you, imagine what that looks like, okay? Speak to him daily. Lean upon him as your best friend. He wants you to have an intimate relationship with him, looking to him as David was praising him, singing to him, and praying to him in the fields as a shepherd. So throughout your day, seek him, pray to him, ask for wisdom and strength, and pray for others, okay? We need to encourage one another, comfort one another with these words, and just build the body of Christ, preparing for the redemption that is drawing near. So that is why we continue to look up and understanding that our redemption is drawing near. I love you guys all so much. God bless. Remember, the just shall live by faith.